Bessie, are you ready? Grab a tea. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, we're getting a tea. Okay, so that tea. Probably gonna be very hot. Be careful, okay? We're just gonna hold the cup. Oh my god, the cup is very hot as well. It's okay, we're gonna put the tea down here. I hope you have some hydration with you, because my god, you shall need it and I shall need it. I want to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart, and that is basically me coming out to the whole of my family over the last like 2 weeks. So you might have seen the video how I came out to myself, which is one of the very first videos on this channel. And pretty soon after that, like a week or two after that, I came out to my mother and to the sister I'm living with. I have 2 sisters. And all the other people in my family did not know. Even when I started hormones, I did not tell them. They did not know. I was scared and I didn't want to tell them. I didn't know how they would react. I also have 4 nieces and 1 nephew, and I didn't tell them either. Basically all the children from both of my sisters. And yeah, then a bit later, I did tell some friends. Of course, you, my online friends, you know it, okay? Because I did the videos. And then at some point, I did tell like one work colleague, then the work boss in the library where I work, then the whole team. And then 2 weeks ago, just before like Christmas break, basically, I did 2 things. Basically in like the same time span of 2 days. One, I wrote like a company-wide email to all over 100 employees, because we all work together. They all have my email address and stuff like that, so they need to know when stuff changes, right? So I came out to all of them and I got so many nice messages, right? Like so many people of that. Like I had some people, without like spoiling too much about them, where they said they're like part of the rainbow family basically as well, and they welcomed me and stuff like that. It was so cute. Can you believe it? It was so cute. And then like on the same day, basically, I sent Christmas cards to like, I think 8 or 9 different people/families in my like family, right? 4 of my nieces got one because they already live alone and with their boyfriends and stuff like that. Then 1 went to the other sister, whom I'm not living with, her husband and the kid who's still living at home. 1 went to my father, and like 2 to 2 other family members, right? And I was like, oh my god, how fast are they gonna arrive? I'm not ready for that. Literally the next day, I don't know what the German postal office did, but they like rushed these letters flaking to these family members, okay? Literally the next day, it has reached basically all of my nieces, okay? They were the first to get them, apparently. So all 4 of them sent me beautiful messages. It's like, oh my god, you're not now not an uncle anymore. I was like, that's so sweet. Fucking damn it. I love it. And basically, they were all like very nice and receptive. Then like nothing happened for the day, and I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. I was like, they live like a bit farther away than the other people. Why did they not receive the letter yet? And the nieces did. That's weird. It's like, oh my god, oh no, I'm scared. And then the next day, I got a letter back from a different family member who lives multiple cities away, and apparently in the time frame of like 2 days, my letter reached them. They read it, they replied, wrote a letter of themselves, and then came back to me within the time span of like 2 days. That was freaking crazy, okay? That was a very nice letter as well. Then there was like basically 3 people that I was waiting for responses for. 1 was my father, which I was very, very scared about. Okay, listen, I don't know if I talked about this before, but just very briefly, I've noticed, or, well, overheard my father not talking kindly about certain groups of the LGBTQ plus community, most importantly like gay people. And I'm like, oh my god, if he's like against that, then I have like no hopes whatsoever, okay? And he also has some racist comments every now and again, which is weird because like we have Polish ancestry, okay? And he came to Germany at some point. It's like, it's weird, okay? Anyway, that's for his backstory. But I got a very nice message from him. But I was still kind of scared because like the next day, he was supposed to come over to us, to me and my sister, for like a Christmas thing. And he did. And at first I was it's kind of weird. We were like together, and he like used the wrong pronouns a few times. And I kind of called him out on it in a friendly way. And I don't know. You know what? I got so emotional. It's been a long time since I got that emotional, and I just couldn't have a discussion right then and there. So I excused myself, went like downstairs into my basement room and like cried for like 5 or 10 minutes. I don't know how long it actually was. But then he like came downstairs and we had a very nice talk. Must have been like 20 or 30 minutes. And we talked about a lot of things, okay? Most importantly is like he accepts me. He understands that. Of course, he even researched specific things about like the trans community, which I never would have expected of them. A bit morbidly, right? But I did like a kind of joke, kind of like desperate plea where it basically said if I like didn't do that, I would not reach the age of like 40, you know, because statistics and stuff like that. And you know what I mean, right? And then he was like, well, actually 35. I looked it up and I was like, my God, he did look stuff up and was like, I was surprised, okay? I was giga surprised. So yeah, we had a pretty nice talk. Now everything's kind of fine. Then like 2 people were still remaining, but like my biggest obstacle in my heart, my dad, was done. You don't even know how relieving it is, okay? You don't even know how the fuck relieving that is. Then the sister I'm not living with was missing, and like an acquaintance in a different city as well. The acquaintance replied first, directly used the new name, and was very nice about it. Told me some stuff from their life as well, because we like weren't caught up in quite a bit. That was pretty nice as well, finally having contact with them again. And then lastly, the sister, who I'm not living with, replied like very, very late. Basically, the letter, I've sent them away like on the 18th of December, and her reply came on the 24th. So I don't know if the letter arrived like giga late for some reason, or if she replied giga late, but she was talking about like she did have the letter for like a day or two and wanted to reply, but she's a bit chaotic, and I kind of suspect she might have like undiagnosed ADHD as well, okay? So she like kind of always forgot and stuff came in between, so I believe her, you know? And she did write me a very, very nice letter, instantly calling me her sister and be like, yeah, we are 3 sisters now and stuff like that. And my God, she is like one of my biggest supporters now. I can't even believe that, okay? I was like, oh my God, the late reply. I'm so afraid. But yeah, she is. And she, since my birthday is on the 25th, and she wrote the messages pretty late on the 24th. By the time, at some point when we were still writing, it was like over midnight. And then this woman sent me a voice message where she sang happy birthday with my new name, and at the end calling me her sister again, and my heart freaking melted, okay? It melted. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Thank you, sis. And yeah, so basically now I'm literally out everywhere, to all the family members, to all the people that matter, to all the work people and stuff like that. And honestly, like strangers on the street and stuff like that, they always assumed or saw me as a woman. It's like, yeah. So that's kind of nice, not having to live a triple life anymore. It's just a double life, you know, being like new name and being Shyaren. That's nice. Yeah. But yeah, that was an emotional few days. Like it really was. I was like, oh my God, who's gonna reply? Who's not gonna reply? The letters, please. What is happening? I can't. But yeah, that was very nice. And I want to take this moment to tell you, maybe some people can really surprise you, because I never would have expected the response from that one sister at all. Never, okay? Never. I know she's a nice person, but that kind of response, never expected that. And then especially my dad, this man, I tell you, I had lost hope for this man for like the last 20 years. Like when I was already like 10 or something, this sounds horrible, okay? But when I was like 10, I made up my mind about this person. I was like, I don't want to be like that. I don't like him and stuff like that. But like 20 years later, I'm like 30, actually officially 32 now, since 4 days ago. Yeah. He surprised me so much. I would have never expected that. And when I told my mom, they're not living together anymore for like many, many years. When I told my mom about it, she was surprised as well. She was like, whoa, I would not have expected that. But yeah, that was basically the story, how I came out to everybody. And yeah, this video was more of a talky video, more of a more serious video, and more of a more personal video. I hope you still liked it. I like talking about it. I still haven't drank any of the tea I poured, because, you know, it's still very hot. Let's try. It's still very hot, but you know what? It's drinkable. And that's like the thing I'm doing in the last few days where it's like so cold. I like to just pour tea into a cup or a mug and then just hold the thing so my hands get like giga warm and giga hot. That's nice. That's cute. I love that, okay? So yeah, I will see you next time. Cutie puppies. And you know what? Post a old dude in the comments for my dad, okay? Do it. Thank you. Bye-bye.